The Dragon Boat Festival, also often known as the Tuen Ng or Duanwu Festival, is a traditional and statutory holiday originating in China. The festival now occurs on the 5th day of the 5th month of the traditional lunar calendar, the source of its alternative name, the Double Fifth Festival. The Chinese calendar is lunisolar, so the date varies from year to year on the Gregorian calendar. In 2012, it fell on June the 23rd, in 2013, on June the 12th, and in 2014, it occurred on June the 2nd. The focus of most celebrations involves eating zongzi, drinking realgar wine, and racing dragon boats. The sun is considered to be at its strongest around the time of summer solstice, as the daylight in the northern hemisphere is the longest. The sun, like the Chinese dragon, traditionally represents masculine energy, whereas the moon, like the phoenix, traditionally represents feminine energy. The summer solstice is considered the annual peak of male energy, while the winter solstice, the longest night of the year, represents the annual peak of feminine energy. The masculine image of the dragon was thus naturally associated with Duanwu. The usual English name for the holiday, Dragon Boat Festival, directly translates into two alternative Chinese names for the holiday, LA tilde superscript 3 and GCHUA tilde inverted exclamation point NJIA tilde copyright and LA tilde superscript 3 UJIA tilde copyright. The official Chinese name of the festival is Cedilla left double angle bracket macron A grav on the mainland, and Cedilla left double angle bracket macron A Cedilla macron on Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Macau. This is pronounced variously in different Chinese dialects. In Mandarin, it is romanized as Dua umlaut NWC Cedilla JIA tilde copyright on the mainland and Taiwan. In Cantonese, it is romanized as TUEN1NG5JIT3 on Hong Kong and TUNG1NG5JIT3 on Macau. All of these names refer to its original position as the first seventh day in the 5th month of the traditional Chinese calendar, which was also known as A. Both the People's Republic and the Republic of China use Dragon Boat Festival as the official English translation of the holiday, while Hong Kong calls it the Tuen Ng Festival and Macau calls it Dragon Boat Festival apostrophe in English and Festividade do Barco Draga in Portuguese. In Indonesian, the festival is known as Pekan, which is derived from the Hokkien phrase Aee Grav superscript 1. The story best known in modern China holds that the festival commemorates the death of the potent minister Ku Yuan of the ancient state of Chu during the Warring States period of the Zhou dynasty. A cadet member of the Chu royal house, Ku served in high offices. However, when the king decided to ally with the increasingly powerful state of Qin, Ku was banished for opposing the alliance, and even accused of treason. During his exile, Ku Yuan wrote a great deal of poetry. 28 years later, Qin captured Ying, the Chu capital. In despair, Ku Yuan committed suicide by drowning himself in the Miluo River. It is said that the local people, who admired him, raced out in their boats to save him, or at least retrieve his body. This is said to have been the origin of dragon boat races. When his body could not be found, they dropped balls of sticky rice into the river, so that the fish would eat them instead of Ku Yuan's body. This is said to be the origin of zongzi. Despite the modern popularity of the Ku Yuan origin theory, in the former territory of the state of Wu, the festival commemorated Wu Zixu. Wu Zixu was a loyal advisor whose advice was ignored by the king to the detriment of the kingdom. Wu Zixu was forced to commit suicide by the king Fuchai, with his body thrown into the river on the 5th day of the 5th month. After his death, in places such as Suzhou, Wu Zixu is remembered during the Duanwu Festival to this day. Although Wu Zixu is commemorated in southeast Jiangsu and Qian elsewhere in China, much of northeastern Zhejiang including the cities of Shaoxing, Ningbo and Shaoshan celebrates the memory of the young girl Cao Yi instead. Cao Yi's father Cao Zu was a shaman who presided over local ceremonies at Shanzhou. In 143, While presiding over a ceremony commemorating Wu Zixu during the Duanwu Festival, Cao Zi accidentally fell into the Shan River. Cao Yi, in an act of filial piety, decided to find her father in the river, searching for 3 days trying to find him. After 5 days, she and her father were both found dead in the river from drowning. 8 years later, in 151, a temple was built in Shanzhou dedicated to the memory of Cao Yi and her sacrifice for filial piety. The Shan River was renamed Ka River in her honor.